So I'm a Christian and I've been a Christian for all of my life. I grew up in the church, and for me, church at its best is where you find a real sense of belonging and community. However, um, there are times when actually church can be really difficult. Why is that? Well, my name is Esther Cuckoo. I'm a stepmom. I've been a stepmom for 14 years and I'm passionate about seeing blended families succeed. So a lot of the times, a step families or blended families can walk into church holding hope in one hand and heartbreak in the other, because they sit in the pew or in the congregation and they just don't feel like they fit. Because a lot of the time, church is kind of modeled on the traditional family setup, and they're looking around them and they can't see anyone else that looks like them, looks like their family, and they just struggle, and it can be really difficult. And like, why? What is my evidence base for this? Well, I've spent the last 2 years writing a book for step families to support them, particularly within the church setting. And this has come up several times when I've interviewed step families. So what can we do to change that? We can really lean in and we can be intentional about making every type of family in our local church feel welcome, because that, quite frankly, is what Jesus would want. So think about Mother's Day and think about Father's Day. So celebrate every type of parent. So you celebrate stepfathers, mention stepmothers, mention father figures, mother figures, but specifically be intentional about saying blended families in the house, step families in the house, and we acknowledge you and recognize step families. I think that would be a huge first step in honouring the step family story and recognising that we're all coming to church with different stuff and different things going on in our lives. And at the heart of the gospel is love, it is caring, it is just embracing mercy and grace. And we need to be gracious in the way we look after step families and blended families in the body of Christ today.